So for recording number 2, maybe we could have Madison, Brittany, do you guys want to make some comments? Is this article fulfilling a draft mode of things? Are they doing what they're supposed to do here?
Sort of. It's very vague. I mean, it outlines what PTSD, like it defines what it is, but there's no real like overly specifics about what the actual article talks about. It's very general.
Very general. Brittany, what would be your assessment?
I like the wording in the other one a lot more than this. This seems very basic.
Very basic about the nature of things. So, yeah, one of the things that might be important to do is if you have an article that's, I'm expecting research articles for this particular situation, but if you have a topic that's in a realm of, something that might be unfamiliar to the teacher here, you might want to define it. This could be an article, PTSD, of trying to define what PTSD is in a cognitive model. If it is an article that's a non-prospective research article, please go ahead and say that right at the start. Have a sentence saying this is a non-research based article where the authors are attempting to delineate a cognitive model of what PTSD is. So make sure you say that to me so I'm reading this as if, okay, this isn't a research article, this is you telling me what this disorder is. And a number of you in the face-to-face class have topics that are somewhat unfamiliar to me, so having an article on that realm would be reasonable. Any other critiques? Other critiques? For paragraph number 1? It's just not enough detail, I would say. If it is a summary article, what about this over here where it says the article proposes a cognitive model of post-traumatic stress disorder. PTSD is a disorder. What's wrong with PTSD right here? Second sentence starting with the letters PTSD.
Well, when you say post-traumatic stress disorder, you're supposed to have in parentheses or whatever.
Yep, parentheses. So you're grading on this project grammar, structure, sentence structure. Those things will be important here. So is a disorder in which the problem is a memory for an event that already happened, individual differences in the nature of the memory for the event and its link to other is a key the grammar isn't that strong in this situation. It's certainly good enough for a draft. They found that patients have trouble intentionally retrieving a complete memory. Was there an actual experiment here? So maybe a little summary of here's what they did and here's what they found. I'm not sure. And that's where that first sentence is, if they're actually just kind of coming up with a model and not doing an experiment. You need to spell that out. So let's go into paragraph number 2 here. So let's see. Lily, Hannah, can you guys kind of talk about paragraph 2 here?
It seems like the person is sort of going back and forth between more basic and advanced language.
So it goes kind of basic to advanced language in various points. Hannah, would you add to that?
Sorry, I didn't read it. So.
Okay.
It doesn't.
It doesn't provide that much, maybe? Yeah, a little more information on critiques here. It kind of gives some traumatic pathways. It has diagrams. You can critique the article straight up. It looks like it was a research study, though, as a reference for finding studies that are directly related to autobiographical information retrieval. But maybe some more here. And what do we not see in this article that we actually saw in the first summary? Do we see a tie-in to the proposal here? Is that okay? It actually would would be okay. You can actually just critique and reflect. You could have a sentence on relating it to yours, but you don't need to have that. That's really going to be the end point of things. So these were the two that I was given permission to show. The people in the class did not want me to use theirs in their particular situation. So for a draft mode, kind of the idea is fine. If we go back once again, I think I put up on the last class. Don't save. So the grading rubric, the summary, 30 points for that. Both articles kind of did a summary there. The first article was a little stronger. Analysis, strengths and weaknesses of the article. If you want to tie it a little bit to yours, you can. Grammar and style. We saw some grammar and style things with this, but was it all right for a draft mode for 5 points? Sure, no problem there. The big one is really the final summary of the articles. And once again, the idea there is, articles X, Y, and Z delineated. Here's what PTSD is and how it could affect things. These articles talked about doing X. These articles talked about doing Y. And here's what the proposed research project may be on, and that'll be worth 30 points. Does that make sense to people? Okay, so my final comments for the online class at this point, I'm going to actually go around the face-to-face class and meet with people individually about what they're up to and just try to help them move this thing along. For the online class, you're only going to have about 15 minutes of recordings here. I would encourage, I think, in the issue of fairness, for people in the online class, feel free to send me some references. If you have an annotated bibliography, if you want to send me a couple of a draft or so, you can. If you have a whole product that you'd like to send me, but send me what you want with the annotated bibliography, and if you want my critiques on it. I don't think I'm letting people in this class send a draft of the whole thing. Did I say I was? I don't think I did. So that wouldn't be fair to necessarily. So for the people in this class, send me, we'll talk about what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, but I don't think I'll be reading drafts of your whole 9 critiques here and then relating it to your proposal. But for the online class, you guys can send me what you want until, when did I put the due date on this? Tuesday? For the online class, you kind of have till Saturday to send me what you want, and I'll be happy to talk with you on the phone or email you back and forth and discuss ideas as would be deemed necessary. So that's it for the online class. At this point in time, I'll download these for the online class. For the face-to-face class, I'm going to turn into individual meetings here and see what you're up to and how I can help you out. And for the online class, I may have some summary comments at the end of class, just that might help the online class as well. Thanks. Bye-bye.